Hey YouTube land, Tychonders here with another action figure review. Now this is for something I picked up pretty much today, and it's another new subline from Lanard Toys. So if you're not familiar with Lanard Toys, just let me give you a brief backstory of them. Basically, Lanard Toys are known for making I wouldn't say knockoff, they're not exactly knockoff G.I. Joes, but they would have been the cheaper alternative to G.I. Joes back in the 80s. So they've been going a long time. And that line, you will probably recognize the name as the Core, or the Core Elite as it's now become. So that is one of their main brands. The other stuff they've done is the Rampage figures, Jumanji figures, and the Kong Skull Island figures, to name but a few. So this is their Star Troopers line. Now this isn't the first time they've done Star Troopers. Star Troopers, I believe it started as Star Force. I could be wrong. I'm sure someone will correct me if I'm wrong. But they did do these kind of sets before, but this is the first time they're doing kind of big creature sets for this line. And this is the Giant Bug Battle Set, the Suborg Control and Trooper figure set with accessories. Space planetary vehicle, which there kind of isn't a vehicle, it's a big bug. You got artwork up the top of the box. I really dig the artwork. It's kind of a shame the figures don't kind of represent these. There's a little bit of representation of those figures, and I'll show them in a little bit. But the figure you get packed in with this set is only a 5-point articulated figure because of the price point. The main thing is the big bug. There is a few other sets. This is the Name Big Basher Land Attack Bug Species Suborg. Then there's a Leecher Parasite Bug. From what I've seen, the promo images, these Leecher ones you put over the heads of the troopers. So they're like face huggers in a sense, so they can go on top of their heads. And then there's the Air Attack Bug, which is called the Straphoid. And that's kind of big one here that looks like a mix between a scorpion and a flying bug. It's literally a flying scorpion with a kind of pincher tail instead of a stinger tail. And then there's this Air Jet Ranger, it's called. Then there's a brief bio for these guys. So basically says, the Star Troopers have paved the way for the future of the galaxies and beyond. From interplanetary missions of science to otherworldly expeditions, the Star Troopers continue to pursue and explore the reaches of the galaxies and beyond, but not without opposition. Encountering a frightful race of space bugs from a distant distress call, the troopers set off on a rescue mission to rid the galaxy of infectious plague of evil creatures who threaten the very fabric of life. Join the quest today to unravel the mysteries of the universe and fight for a better tomorrow. So, and then just on the bottom is blank with all kind of legalese stuff. On the side the box, you just have more artwork. There's another kind of cool centipede looking bug artwork. I'm not sure if that is a figure that's coming out. Lanard did showcase a few other creatures recently, so I do hope we get more of these in the line. But that is pretty much it for the box. It's a window box as well, so it's not the figure isn't accessible out until you take it out of the box. So, and just to note, there's 4 straps holding it in that you have to cut, and then there's a couple of straps on the figure and on the packing weapon. So moving the box aside, I'm bringing the main thing in, and we'll get the little dude and his packing weapon. You can see he's a basic kind of 4-inch scale figure. If I just bring in my tape measure in a second, once I get him to stand. Bear with me a second. There we go. So I just bring in the old tape measure. He stands just around the 4 inches, and the bug from, which is the furthest point? These, if I go from the horn on the top, which is the most solid piece, whereas these are kind of stretchy, to the tip of the tail, it's about 13 and a half inches. And the highest point on the shell is about 6, just around 6, maybe 6 1/4 inches. If I take it from the actual front, it is around 14 even from these antenna. So I just move the little figure out of the way and then just give you a width of it. It's around 4, maybe just under the 4-inch width mark, and it is not too bad. So for articulation, I'll just go over the figure quickly since he's the most basic. 5 points, as I said. So head, rotating hands. He's only half painted, as Lanard tend to do the show side or the display side painted. So if you flip him around, you can see these brown paint apps don't continue on, so his belt isn't fully painted. All these harness parts are painted on the front but not on the back. That's pretty much him for paint apps. He has a few logos like Star Force logo. If I just bring that in, he has a Star Trooper logo. He has a Star Trooper insignia. His body armor. He has a helmeted head which is non-removable. As far as I know, if I just bring in another figure, this is one of the ones from the recent Alien collection line, so they're reusing some of these guys, but these again are a reuse of an older line. I think they were Total Soldier, I think they were started from. They're very similar to the older Chap May style figures, which are just 5-point articulated. You can see they're very similar in design and sculpt. And again, you know, show side painted for paint apps. He's pretty basic, pretty ordinary. But that's not the main reason for this set. This bug is, which I will get into in a second. He does come with this tripod gun. You have a removable, what are they called? Belt feed magazine. It's, well, you can push it through it. It rotates on this tripod. He doesn't really hold the handle of the gun. He has his hand in this kind of sideways pose. So on the box, it shows him holding it like this and kind of sitting down with the gun. If you have something to mount it up on, you could probably put it on top of that and have him holding it that way. Gun is actually not too bad. It's a bit oversized for what it is, but it can easily be used as like a space laser gun that fires bullets. I don't know. But other than that, here is the main attraction, and it is this very nicely sculpted big bug thing. If I can bring it in, the head is quite nicely sculpted. I do wish the teeth had kind of maybe like the Alien line had metallic teeth or something like that. It does have two sets of eyes, so it has 4 eyes in total. So like these metallic blue paint apps for the eyeballs. There is a few moving parts on this. These antennae are kind of rubbery, they're not solid pieces, but these giant pinchers on the side of the mouth open and close. Now the mouth doesn't actually open and close. I was kind of hoping it did, because if you look at the bottom, it almost looks like there's a articulation point for a jaw, but it doesn't actually do that. The inside of the mouth isn't painted. Sorry if I did that off camera. I'll just do it again. So you have the pinchers, eyeballs. You have this brown carapace piece that has this red, almost orangey pink, I wouldn't call it battle damage, more like just markings on it. And then the legs are on swivels, so legs can go forward and back. You can't do a full 360. You can do the feet, feel like they kind of move as well. Excuse me. The feet kind of feel like they should be articulated, but they only kind of barely move forward and back. But overall, it's not too bad. And then there's nothing in the tail. The tail has this big massive club, very similar to a very well-known dinosaur type. One of these, the Ankylosaur. It's like an Ankylosaur mixed with a giant bug. This is the Mattel Rorovores version. I think it's the first version Ankylosaur, but it's quite nice. You can see tail clubs. And then just to give you a size comparison to some of the other Lanard stuff, here is one of the Xenomorphs. This is the blue Xenomorphs from the Alien collection set. We have a runner, the red one from the normal figure set, not the Ultra Queen set, which is an orange one. Here is one of the troopers, which reuses the Star Troopers basics kind of trooper mold. Now the head might look a little different on this one. It's one I customized. Here is the Ogre figure, which is, it's supposed to be a Weyland-Yutani trooper kind of figure for the Alien collection, but it's a reuse of their Core Elite Ogre figure. And then just for something different, Batman from the recent Spin Masters line. I believe this is the one that came with the glider pack. He's sporting one of the weapons that came in the set, so you can see how big it is. And we also have, for G.I. Joe fans, this is the Sonic Fighters figure from the Collectors Club, but you can get just a stand a bit without falling over. So you can see the size of this bug in relation to kind of other 4-inch figures. Now, if I take these all the way, I have a few other things to bring in. So here it is next to Lanard's Alien Queen from the same Alien Collection line, so you can see how big it is. It's fairly big. It's not as big as the Queen, obviously, but it's a fairly decent size. For the Lanard Jurassic Clash line fans, here it is next to the Triceratops from that line. So it is bigger than that. I also have a few other creatures knocking around here from Lanard. Here is Ralph from the Rampage line. You can see, if I just put Ralph behind it, move that in front, you can see how big Ralph is compared to it. And then for the last size comparison creature, I will bring in, actually I'll probably have to put this one in front again, because she's actually a bit bigger. Plop. The Lizzie. Actually, you can't even see her. Let's do it that way. Lizzie from the Rampage movie line. This is the the Big City Assault version. The opening mouth and stuff. But if I just move the camera around, bear with me, hopefully it won't make too much noise. You can see the size of this big bug next to Lizzie from the Rampage movie line. Again, another Lanard licensed figure. But overall, it's quite a nice sculpt. You could even probably get away using this with other lines, such as like the He-Man Classics or Marvel Legends. You might be able to use it with just move this bug out of, or the Lizzie out of the way. You might be able to use that big bug creature with other lines. Probably would look good with the what are they called, Acid Rain, that line, or the Joy Toys soldiers as well, and pretty much most 4-inch scale figures. So there you go, guys. Hope you enjoyed this video review for the Star Troopers Big Giant Bug Battle Set. And as I say in my videos, please feel free to like, comment and subscribe to my channel. Cheers, guys.